I could go back, I wouldn't change anything. The struggle made me, now we getting big money, and I split it with the family.
Hey, what's going on, fam? Welcome back to another video with your boy J-Rock. In today's video, we're going to be talking about my 5 favorite parts of the biggest blockbuster of the year, the Avengers Endgame. If you haven't seen the movie yet and you don't want it to be spoiled for you, then you should click off this video and watch one of my other videos that I'm going to put right here. But if you don't care if the movie's spoiled for you or you've already seen it, get some popcorn, take a seat, sit back, and let's talk about this film, you guys. So when Hulk and Rocket finally arrive to New Asgard, they talk to Valkyrie, who tells them that Thor is very likely not going to want to speak to them because he hasn't been the same since their last encounter with Thanos. So after knocking a few times at the front door, they casually walk into the house to a huge mess in the hallway and the living room. One of the first things that Rocket says to Thor when he first sees him is, "You look like a melted ice cream." And he says this as we're looking at the back of Thor. And he's got a few love handles, and he turns around and we see this massive beer belly, man. There were so many good scenes in the final battle, but one of them was definitely when Captain America picked up Thor's hammer and went at it with him for a few seconds. In this time frame, he beats the hell out of Thanos, but it's too soon for them to beat Thanos, so inevitably, Thanos comes back, beats the crap out of Captain America, leaves his suit covered in dirt and rubble, and even gets him to bleed from his mouth. At this point, you would think that Thanos is gonna win the fight, but it's a Marvel movie, right? And it is Endgame, so that doesn't happen. My next favorite scene was when the woman MCU characters came together to beat the hell out of Thanos and his army. It was an iconic scene, one that leveled the superhero playground among genders and gave more recognition to the female counterparts. Near the end of the movie, Captain America is sent back in time so he can return the stones to their proper place. Although he's only gone for 5 seconds in our time, he can stay as long as he wants when he's away. And so when he returns, he's like 80 to like 100 years old, and he actually got married. If you remember from Captain America, the first Avenger, he misses a date that was planned for the following week with Peg, who was quote-unquote training him and guiding him in his time in the military. And so Captain America missed his date because he woke up 70 years later. His relationship with Peg was no more. In the Avengers Endgame, he goes back in time and lives a happy and fulfilling life with this woman. And the one scene, the one glimpse we get of him and Peg together is one where they're in the living room dancing, slow dancing to some beautiful music. This scene is one that really hit home, and it was a heartfelt moment that almost brought me to tears. I was happy for Cap, and I know you will be too. You know, in these superhero movies, I feel like the villains are not given the recognition they deserve because oftentimes they contribute so much to the story and so much to the films that we enjoy. And so early on in this movie, there's a scene where Thanos is met on his retirement planet with a few of the Avengers. They have him on his knees, and before they kill him, he talks about how he's inevitable and how his destiny was fulfilled, and no matter if he dies or not, he succeeded and he won at the end of the day. It was a really cool scene. I really like the lines that they give to Thanos, and I feel that if it weren't for him and a villain of his stature, we wouldn't get this type of movie that we thoroughly enjoyed. So that's my little recap on the film. I really enjoyed it, and I know you guys will too. So make sure you go watch the movie if you haven't yet. If you haven't seen the previous Marvel movies, you probably should because you won't be as emotionally invested and this film won't be as rewarding. Before I go, I want you guys to drop a comment down below, and I want you to let me know what your favorite part of the Avengers movie was, what you liked about it, and what you didn't. I'm gonna be watching this movie 1 or 2 more times sometime this week, so maybe I'll do a part 2 to this video so I could add a few more parts that I really enjoyed about the movie, and maybe I'll talk about what I didn't like. But until then, you guys, I'll see you in the next video.